Hey yo, E-King Fight News, Anthony Joshua, Alexander Povetkin. You know the name. You know the state of the division. Eddie Hearn is set to announce Alexander Povetkin versus Anthony Joshua in the next 48 hours. Frank Warren came out, pretty much exposed that whole situation once again as the worst kept secret in boxing. AJ Anthony Joshua looking to face Alexander Povetkin, and that announcement is coming by Monday. E-King Fight News. More on this, guys. That's right, guys. Joshua's next contest to be announced by promoter Eddie Hearn. And this is the story out of the telegraph.co.uk. Heavyweight world champion Anthony Joshua is set and expected to face mandatory challenger Alexander Povetkin, a two-time drug cheat, in an outdoor stadium in September. I believe the date was September 29 at Wembley. Or it might be on the same day as Canelo fight, since, it doesn't really matter over there, since they're doing it in the UK. It's like the same thing. I think Tony Bellew fought on the Triple G card. Not the card, but on the same date, right? So, who knows when Josh was fighting. The reason that they didn't want to do Wilder in September is because of the Canelo fight, which is weird. Shit like this doesn't make sense. How are you going to say it doesn't make sense in September when you're fighting the UK anyways? I mean, I guess it doesn't make sense if you're going to do it on US pay-per-view, which is how it should be done. That's how it should be done. Like, I've never heard of this bullshit about these guys, Eddie Hearn, Anthony Joshua. They talk about we get money, all this stuff about getting money, and they're not maximizing their revenue on the biggest fight in boxing. It's like, yo, the caveat to this whole situation with Joshua and Povetkin is this, guys. And this comes from Eddie Hearn. He's claiming that he plans on signing the Deontay Wilder fight. He claims that he's planning on signing the Deontay Wilder fight by the time this fight happens between Joshua and Povetkin. They're going to work towards signing the fight for February 2019. I mean, technically, somewhere in that plan that Eddie Hearn had in the beginning of the year, it was supposed to be for Joshua to fight 3 times. And it would have been Parker, Povetkin, and then Wilder at the end of the year. But now, all of a sudden, Joshua can't fight twice. Right, and it's too tight. So they pushed that last fight to February. And that's supposed to be the date for the Wilder situation. And I just want to know that the fight is signed. There's a contract in place. If there's not a contract in place, it's bullshit. Even if there is a contract in place, it could still be bullshit. It could. Because you never know what can happen with drug testing. Wilder, Povetkin was signed. That shit was supposed to go down. And a week before the fight, this shit hit the fan. So, honestly, this kind of Wilder Joshua situation, it has so much mixed energies and all these crazy vibes going on. The UK fan base wants the fight. They don't want the fight. Now they want the fight. Oh, we think it's going to happen. Oh, we knew it was going to happen. Oh, Wilder's a duck. Get the fuck out of here with all that bullshit. There's so much, weird energy surrounding this fight. I won't believe this shit is happening until the night of the fight and you can buy it on pay-per-view. That's the only way I'm going to believe the fight will actually happen. Unless I get a media credential, which it would be out of this world. But even then, all those guys who booked dates for Canelo Golovkin, Canelo Triple G, that ended up being in Vegas and didn't see a fucking fight. I mean, shit like that. That's why you get your ticket. That's why you get your tickets in the last minute. That's why you gotta do that shit, man. Just get a deal, because you never know when a fight could get called off. A lot of people can blame Canelo for that, but honestly, if Triple G just shut his mouth and let things sort of take their course, because he put a shitload of pressure on Nevada State Athletic Commission. And we've seen plenty of fights go through. I'm going off topic, but we've seen so many fights go through where a guy, where they give him a pass for clenbuterol. I mean, Eric Morales, he got to fight Mikey Garcia. Sorry, he got to fight Danny Garcia on Showtime. That shit went down easy. But Eric Morales got tested a week before. Canelo Alvarez got tested 2 months. It was in February. The fight's in May. So damn near 3 months before the actual fight, he popped. So, I mean, that's not a good look. But at the same time, if Triple G just shut their fucking mouths, I think they would have got the fight. I actually think they would have got the fight in May. But that's just my thoughts. On this whole Anthony Joshua, Alexander Povetkin situation, I've said my piece several times on this. And it feels like Eddie Hearn was really ducking Wilder. But in actuality, he intentionally never wanted to fight Wilder until 2019. That's why all this talk of Wilder in 2019, it's recirculating now, because the truth is they never wanted the fight in 2018. Eddie Hearn was forced to say that to constantly take pressure off of him, because he's getting so many questions and inquiries about the Deontay Wilder fight. That's the biggest fight. And this is what Hearn had to say on Joshua fighting Povetkin. I think it's an incredibly risky fight. It might be a little bit of a mad fight to take before Wilder, but that's Joshua. See, he puts it off on Joshua. This is actually Eddie Hearn. He doesn't care. He wants a challenge. He doesn't want easier fighters. I mean, it's your mandatory as well. And I mean, Joshua does intend to become undisputed heavyweight champion. He said that several times. He knows what he has to go through in order to do that. And Eddie Hearn went on to give Wilder credit for saying he's willing to go to the UK as well. Eddie Hearn admits that. So, it's a lot of different situations going on with this fight. In reality, Eddie Hearn never wanted it in 2018. That's the truth of the matter. That's just the truth of the matter. According to Eddie Hearn, he put together Dillian White versus Joseph Parker, two fighters that had no plans of fighting each other. He made that in 48 hours because he was busy ducking Luis Ortiz. Probably never contacted his manager, Jay Jimenez. Maybe they never even had a conversation because they don't want the fucking fight. I mean, shit. That just is what it is. They didn't want no Luis Ortiz. But Dillian White can go over to the U.S. and fight Malcolm Tan. Right? He can fight that nobody. But when it comes to that King Kong. But no, Eddie Hearn, he likes to protect his fighters in the O2. He likes to protect them in Cardiff, Wales, wherever the fight, Manchester. He likes to, protect Amir Khan in Echo Arena, It is what it is. That just is what it is. He likes to have his fighters fight in the UK where he can, play with those ticket sales and make some extra money. And that's Eddie Hearn. Okay, we get that. But what the fuck is going on with the zone, huh? You wanna take over the American boxing scene, but you can't even fucking make a legitimately great fight happen in the USA? I find that so hypocritical of him. And maybe it's going to take him another 6 months. He's supposed to have some type of announcement in terms of the fighters he signed, like Chavez Jr., Gabe Rosado. Both of them might have a fight. It makes no sense. Chavez is a fucking super middleweight. Gabriel Rosado's a junior middleweight. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. He's not a real middleweight. And it is what it is. It just is what it is. We're just going to have to wait and see. There's your random update. Dana White says CM Punk. I don't know what that was about. Let me see if I can catch that. CM Punk's MMA career should probably be a wrap. Alright. Isn't CM Punk a wrestler? Alright, I know he fought last night. I'm just saying. Okay, so, yeah, that is what it is. I mean, even Frank Warren has come out and said he's confirming Anthony Joshua's next fight before Eddie Hearn. Just take a look at this, guys. Hold. So there you go. Frank Warren confirms Anthony Joshua's next fight before Eddie Hearn. So all kinds of fooleries going on. And here's Frank Warren. And this is what he had to say. I think Anthony Joshua is fighting Alexander Povetkin in September, so he will not fight until next year now. And I think Wilder has got a mandatory. In the meantime, we have to get Tyson more competitive fights. So that's what Frank Warren had to say. And yeah, he said, let's hope for a better opponent. So it is what it is, man. King Fight News. Let me know what you guys think. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And it is what it is, guys. Peace out. Take care. We're on to the next one.